All right. Hey kids, what time is it?
Wait, let me guess. I know, it's time for Gezintahait Street.
It is time for Gezintahait Street. The previous Rebbe once related that on the Rebbe Rashav's 4th or 5th birthday, his mother, Rebbetzin Rivka, took him to receive a blessing from his grandfather, the Rebbe B'Tzemek Tzedek. That day, the 20th of Cheshbon, was Shabbos of the Torah portion, Vayeira. That's the portion that we're in now. Upon entering his holy grandfather's study, the boy started crying. When they asked why he was crying, young Schollenberg answered, Hashem appeared to our forefather Abraham. Why two versions of the Tzemek's and Tzedek's answer. When a Jew of 99 years resolves to give himself a circumcision, he deserves that Hashem should reveal himself. That was the first answer. The second version, the Tzemek Tzedek answered, when a tzaddik of 99, not when a Jew of 99, when a tzaddik, a righteous person of 99 years, resolves to circumcise himself, he deserves that Hashem should reveal himself. Our Rebbe adds that even a Jew who served completely for 99 years, like Abraham our father, that means one whose days were complete, must circumcise himself. he must remove the worldly covering which hides God's omnipresence. By comparison, a person who's 100 is compared to someone who has left the world. And at that level, the world no longer hides the godly life and the life within creation. So Abraham was 99. That's why he gave himself a circumcision, to uncover the coverings that still existed. It's not that Abraham Avinu wanted to add something to his earlier service, or that he realized the primary thing, the mitzvah of circumcision, was missing. Rather, Abraham's whole service was to prepare for his children to receive the Torah. And the mitzvah of circumcision served as the foundation of that service. So in essence, Avraham Avinu's whole previous service, 99 years of service, had been incomplete. And to perfect it, he needed to be circumcised. The lesson is that however great our service was until now, we have not reached the level of being a son of 100 years, even though Gimel Aleph is much older than that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Therefore, not only is our current service incomplete, we have to perfect all our earlier service by removing the covering which obscures the truth of existence, the godly light and life force. Since both versions of this story were related by the previous Rebbe, they are both significant, and each contains a teaching that the other lacks. The answer to the Jew of 99 who resolves to become circumcised deserves a revelation of Hashem, teaches us the essential points of the story, which is the mitzvah of circumcision is the preparation for the mitzvahs we do after receiving the Torah. And these mitzvahs are done with the strength of the Creator. After we got the Torah, we get a special strength to accomplish a unification with Hashem by doing the mitzvahs. The mitzvahs done by our forefathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, before we received the Torah, were performed through the strength of the creations. It was their own strength. It wasn't Hashem's strength. From the Creator's perspective, all levels of Jewish souls are equal. Therefore, the first version speaks of a Jew who was 99, giving himself a circumcision and receives to have Hashem reveal himself. The second version, the Tzemach Tzedek's answer, is from our perspective, how we see it, that there are levels of service. Not every Jew is equal. There are levels of service. The message is that even one on the high level of a tzaddik also has to uncover godliness hidden in nature by removing that thick covering. And the general lesson in the story and the Tzemach Tzedek's answer is that by doing mitzvahs, a person becomes unified with Hashem, and even Jewish sinners are filled with mitzvahs like seeds fill a pomegranate. The word mitzvah itself means connection. Therefore, when a Jew does a mitzvah, he or she makes the blessing who has made us holy, connecting us to him through his commandments. This could cause a Jew to think that he has perfected himself. After all, Hashem made me holy. Therefore, we have the primary lesson from our story. The work of perfecting our service is continuous. So whenever a person resolves to circumcise himself, to reveal his connection to Hashem, continuously he becomes worthy for Hashem to reveal himself to him in the same way as he revealed himself to Avraham, our father, in a prophetic vision. We have to think about that story a little and how to use it in our service of Hashem. I think we're ready for the next.
You might find this a little stinging. Yet. Oh. Take a load on the volume, I think, though.
Good idea.
I'm turning it up. Sorry. Wrong way. No, a little more than that. Yeah, there we go. No. You're getting like the Vayeira part. The Vayeira is the. Oh, how's the intro? One more time, Shwadim Raz. Now we go.
Usually, we Hasidim are not too interested in rewards that we're going to get for serving Hashem, even though we know there's rewards for it. But in this mimer from the Rebbe, which and I want to reiterate that this stuff, what I'm telling you over the weeks, is not from me, it's from one of the Rebbes or another. And this is explanation of the rewards that we're going to receive for our service is from our Rebbe. And it's a mimer on the lesson in the Ethics of the Fathers, where it says, all of Israel has a portion in the world to come. They are all righteous. They are the planting of the branch of planting of my hands, through which I take pride, or which I am beautified.
So this is what you mean, they are the branch of Hashem's hand?
Yes.
And they beautify Hashem?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that sounds special.
Either they beautify me, or I take pride in that work that I did, in that planting. Now, there are going to be 5 levels that we're going to discuss. And in the first level, there's no actual reward as far as this mimer, and that's the service in this world. The reward is not manifest in this world. Then you have the world called Gan Eden, called paradise, where the soul goes after 120 years when it leaves the body. And there's the reward there for the learning of Torah. And then you have the days of Mashiach, where the soul is in the body. And there is a reward there for the mitzvahs that we do now. And then you have the world of the resurrection called Techias HaMesim, and there will be 2 levels of reward in that world. Now, to understand this Techias HaMesim, this resurrection of the dead, that's described in the fact that all Israel has a portion in that world. And how do we know when it says the world to come, it doesn't mean paradise, it doesn't mean Gan Eden, where there's a soul without a body? Because one who denies that resurrection is from the Torah does not have a part in the resurrection. And it says all Israel have a portion, not like Gan Eden, which requires many conditions in order for the soul to bask in that level of godliness. Clean hands and a pure heart, etc. There, the souls without bodies. And it's sometimes called the world to come. Why is it called the world to come? When we just said the world to come will be the world of the resurrection. So how is Gan Eden called the world to come? Because the soul achieves it after it leaves the body, so it's called the world to come, after you leave the body. But it's not the world to come we're talking about here, which is the world of the resurrection of the dead. But the revelation of the resurrection of the world to come is much greater than Gan Eden. Gan Eden is a reward for our learning of Torah, and Techias HaMesim, the resurrection in the world to come, is a reward for the mitzvahs that we do. So there's 2 things in the godly service. One is learning Torah, and that's when we get without a body in Gan Eden, the reward. And then there's the doing the mitzvahs, the physical mitzvahs, and that reward will come in the world to come, in the world of resurrection. Now, the revelation of that world to come, the world of resurrection, is after a level called Yom HaMashiach, the days of Mashiach, which, like the world to come, is into future time, not now. Well, Gan Eden is now. The soul's basking in the light of Gan Eden as we speak. But the days of Mashiach and the world to come does not exist yet. It will be in the future. And it's understood.
Wait, so B'Tzal, let me get this straight. There's 3 things. One thing is Gan Eden.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is like what is like some people call paradise. This is when people pass away, and if there was a good boy and the soul goes up and basks in the light of Hashem, and that happens.
He didn't say it was
now.
a good, says in Torah.
Yeah.
You learn Torah.
You didn't
I
say,
think you have to be
I
a
think
big
it goes
boy.
in hand being a good boy, but you
Well,
said.
how do you,
You said learn
how
Torah.
can you really learn Torah without being a good boy?
Yeah, but you can be a good boy and not.
That's where you get a portion in the world to come.
Anyway, so fine, so there's this one where the souls go now. Yeah.
Right, without a body.
Okay,
And
and
it's
then.
connected to the Torah that's learned.
Then it's gonna be, the next thing is gonna be, that didn't happen yet, will be called the days of
The
Mashiach.
days of Mashiach.
And then after that will be Olam Haba, the world to come,
The world of
which is
resurrection.
the resurrection. Yes, Hamis.
You said
Okay.
the world to come, the resurrection corresponds to the mitzvahs that we do.
It corresponds, the reward there is the
For the
reward
actions, for our.
for the
actions.
mitzvahs that we do.
Well, is it possible that a person could maybe get one reward and not the other? Like maybe get the
Yeah,
reward.
I think so. I'm not.
But
sure.
only one way, only the Gan Eden one did, because we already established that all Kol Yisrael, all the Jews have a chelik in Olam Haba, because we are all full of mitzvahs like a pomegranate.
But that's the days of the resurrection.
Yeah.
That's not Olam Haba, God forbid, after 120
Right.
years.
Yes, the days of the resurrection, no, not Gan Eden.
Right, that's what I'm making a that's what I'm
Right,
making a
correct.
distinction.
So Gan Eden, there's a whole bunch of conditions that you have to have achieved in order to get that. But the world to come, the resurrection, every Jew has a portion in it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, it's like,
Right, you would ask the question, how is it that why the Torah learning and not the mitzvahs is the world is the world of Gan Eden?
essentially,
It's understood that the revelation of the world to come is greater than the days of Mashiach. Olam Haba, in the sense of Gan Eden, is the higher than the revelation we have in this world. And Yom Mashiach, the days of Mashiach, is even higher than Gan Eden. And Olam Haba, the world of resurrection, is even higher than the days of Mashiach. Nevertheless, and even though it's higher, nevertheless, every Jew, even the sinners of Israel, have a portion in the world to come, a portion in the world of resurrection. But the lower revelation, the revelation of Gan Eden, requires meeting certain conditions. Torah learning. But because the world to come, the world of revelation, is a reward for our mitzvahs. And every Jew, like Gimel Elef says, is filled with mitzvahs like a pomegranate is filled with seeds. So he's telling you that's the reason why every Jew has a portion, because every Jew is filled with mitzvahs, even the sinners of Israel. But why does the Mishnah finish with they are the planting of my hands through which I am beautified? What do we need that for? We understand that all your people are righteous because we all do mitzvahs, so we all have a portion in the world to come. So why does it end up with the planting of my hands through which I'm beautified? And that level of the planting of Hashem's hand, the branch of his planting, is the essence, indicates the essence of a Jew. That we are godly, we are a piece of God even before doing Torah and mitzvahs at all. So the question is, does every Jew have a portion in the world to come because we're righteous from doing mitzvahs, or because we're the planting of his hands? Because our essence is essentially God. Which one is it that we're going to get the reward in the world to come? The answer is that the world to come has two levels of reward. There is the reward for our service of mitzvahs, and then there's the reward, which is a revelation of our essence, which is higher than mitzvahs. So there's two levels of reward in the world to come. And the reward for mitzvahs in the world to come is a revelation. What is that reward? He tells you what the reward is that you're going to get for the mitzvahs you do now. It's a revelation of Hashem's delight and pleasure in the mitzvahs that we do. Right now we do a mitzvah and we don't see the revelation of godliness. But in the world to come, Hashem is going to reveal to us how much pleasure and delight he gets from the mitzvahs that we do now. And through that, and don't forget, his pleasure and delight is infinite. And through that, after that reward that we get of the revelation of godliness for doing the mitzvahs, will be raised up to the second level of reward, an even higher revelation, the planting of his hands through which he is beautified, the revelation of our godly essence. The main revelation of Olam Haba is not connected to our service of Torah and mitzvahs. It's just a revelation of our godly essence. But that revelation comes as a result and after the reward that we get for doing the mitzvahs. But Olam Haba will see Hashem himself. It's a revelation that's higher than infinite. Hashem himself, we will see it in the world to come. That is the reward of the planting of his hands. The reward for the mitzvahs is Hashem's desire. Those mitzvahs is what Hashem wants from us. It's much higher than the wisdom of the Torah, which is acquired through Torah learning, which is Gan Eden. In Gan Eden, the light that is revealed there is a light called the light that fills all worlds. It's a very contracted light. After all, Hashem's light is unlimited. And if an unlimited light would go into a limited world, the limited world couldn't exist. So Gan Eden is a world where that contracted light that fills all worlds is revealed through God's wisdom. But the main revelation of the world to come of Olam Haba is the revelations of the essence of the Jewish people. And it will be revealed to souls in bodies, the planting of his hands, through which he is beautified. Now, there are three levels that we spoke about. We spoke about the days of Mashiach, and that's what the prophets prophesied about. When the prophets said a prophecy about Mashiach, they were talking about the days of Mashiach, not Olam Haba. Olam Haba is called Eden, which no eye has ever seen. So the Rebbe asked a question. He wonders, he said, wait a second. The first man, Adam, was in Gan Eden. So how come he didn't see Eden? He was in Gan Eden. And the answer is that Eden is one level, and the garden is another level, and they're separated by a river that flows out from Eden to water the garden. That is the river of understanding, the river of Bina. But in the world to come, Olam Haba, which is drawn down through our mitzvahs to be finally revealed to us, which is, like we said, the revelation of Hashem's infinite delight in our service. And something of this will be revealed in the days of Mashiach. But the real revelation of the world to come is Eden itself that no eye has ever seen. It's not Hashem's delight in mitzvahs, which by itself is unimaginable. It's infinite delight. It's a delight he has in our service of mitzvahs. But it's an essential delight in us. He delights in the Jews no matter what they did. a delight for he has in us, regardless of our service that we did for these 6,000 years. Okay, Gamal, if you're following.
Yeah, I'm following.
Now, there's a difference between Torah and mitzvah. Torah is wisdom, chachma, which is Hashem's pleasure as it is drawn down through understanding. It's limited and diminished. It comes through that river that comes out of Eden. But the reward for mitzvahs is Hashem's desire of the mitzvahs. That is Eden itself, which is much higher than the wisdom of the Torah. This is in general, but focusing the microscope in details of the world to come, since the revelation of light of mitzvahs was also in the days of Mashiach, Yamos and Mashiach. And in the days of Mashiach, Eden was not revealed, that level that no eye has ever seen. Only in Olam Haba, the world to come, will be revealed Hashem's essential delight in the Jews, higher than the delight for Torah and mitzvahs. And the difference between Yomos and Mashiach and Techias Amesim, the days of Mashiach and the world to come, and also the difference between both levels in Olam Haba. What are the two levels in Olam Haba? The reward for the mitzvahs we do, and the revelation of Hashem's essential delight in us, regardless of the Torah and mitzvahs that we do. First, Yomos HaMashiach, the days of Mashiach, is higher than Gan Eden, will be in bodies and there'll be miracles. In Gan Eden is souls without bodies. And the second difference between Gan Eden and the days of Mashiach, Gan Eden has levels. There's a lower Gan Eden and a higher Gan Eden. And each in turn has uncountable levels. And like it says, the Talmidi Chachamim, the sages, have no rest in Gan Eden. They keep going up to new levels. And no rest indicates that they do some kind of service. They're not just going up in levels, sitting there and going up. They have to do something to achieve the new level. They have to nullify the earlier level and then become nullified to the new level. And between each level, the soul has to immerse in a spiritual river called the Nahar Dinar, the river of Dinar. And that causes the soul to forget the previous revelation of how it comprehended godly life. And then the soul ascends through a pillar. Beam me up, Scott. Through which it becomes nullified.
Right, you know that song? Ay, 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 throw him in the
The revelation of the higher level comes through going through this pillar. But that's in Gan Eden. That's souls without bodies. And that's similar to our service. Go away from bad. That's forgetting the earlier revelation. And do good. That's experiencing the new revelation. But Yamos HaMashiach, in the days of Mashiach, we're going to be in bodies. And there's going to be many elevations, many revelations. But since we're in the body, the earlier level won't be lost.
It would be like every day is getting better and better.
I assume so. I think you're right. And that getting better, we can compare it to the last one. We don't forget the last one, yesterday. And we can understand Hashem can't even be called infinite. Hashem himself is not infinite, because infinite indicates a starting point that spreads infinitely. But Hashem has no starting point. He's above having a starting point. He's something else. And infinite light, so there is an infinite light which comes from him, is an indication, a revelation that Hashem includes in himself the capacity to spread out infinitely. In other words, the infinite light is a revelation of the fact that Hashem has the power to spread out infinitely. But Hashem has a lot more stuff than just his infinite ability. And to explain further the differences of the three levels of Gan Eden and Olam Haba, remember, in Gan Eden, is one level.
Pause for a Nigan?
Okay.
Let me turn this on, Diana Ross.
First of all, I want to say hi to our friends watching, Omek and Abba and Cassie, Diane and Marvin and Angelica and all our friends watching. I want to say hi to all of you. It's so nice to be here with you. And we're going to sing a niggun for you. Oh, and hello to Leib also.
Hello to Leib. Hello to Gimel.
Hey, ay, 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 did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? Ah, did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? La, la, yam. Ay, ay, did I yam? Ay, ay, did I yam? Ay, ay, did I yam? Did I yam? Ay, 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 did I yam? Ay, ay, la ya, ya ya, la ya, la ya ya, ma ya, la ya ya, ma ya 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 ya, hey la ya, hey la 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 la, ya 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 ya, hey oh la la, oh.
To explain further the difference of the three levels of Gan Eden, Yom HaMashiach, and Olam Haba, creation is through the godly light being contracted to fit inside each creation according to its capacity, form, and function. Whether a whole world, or an individual creation. It's a contracted light that goes in there to give it life and bring it into being. And it is contracted starting up and contracting down to the next lower level and down to the next lower level and more contracted as it goes down through the level. The highest level is a spiritual creation, and that's called the world of creation, and the angels that exist there. Then there are lower manifestations with more coverings and less light revealed. That's why in Gan Eden, the souls nullify and forget earlier revelations of comprehension of godly light to reach higher levels of realization of godly light. They have to divest themselves of the limiting garments of each level to receive the revelation of the next highest level. And like it's known, our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and Moshe Rabbeinu have been sitting in the higher Gan Eden for more than 3,000 years. And like all statements of the sages, its exact 3,000 years indicates the three created worlds, Bria, Yetzirah, and Messiah, through which the souls of the Avos and Moshe Rabbeinu have ascended. They've already reached it. And more than 3,000 years means all the way up to the world of Atzilus, the world of godly unity, which is higher than created spiritual levels of pure godly unity. That's the world of Atzilus. But even they will come into bodies at the resurrection of the dead to receive the revelation of the essence of the infinite, to see that Eden that no eye has ever seen. And that light will be manifest here in this physical world. But even the revelation of the days of Mashiach, not the world to come, still higher than Gan Eden, the days of Mashiach, is still only a light. It's a light that surrounds all worlds. It's an infinite light. It's incomparably higher than the light in Gan Eden. That's only a light that fills all worlds. But the revelation in the world of resurrection, in the world to come, will be a revelation of the essence, like it actually is, higher than being contained in vessels. But even in the world to come, there's two separate revelations, like we said, of godly infinite satisfaction. One, the revelation as a reward for the service that we do of mitzvahs, and even a greater revelation, that of the Jewish essence, the planting of his hand through which he is beautified. Like a parent loves a kid even before he gives the parent nachas by getting A's in school. He loves and has delight in the kid, like somebody said, a baby never did anything for the parent, but the parent loves and gets pleasure in that kid. So too, there will be a revelation of the love and the pleasure has for us ourselves, regardless of the service that we do. And that is a more essential revelation than anything we can accomplish, until even the revelation that the Jewish body is chosen by Hashem in his free choice and rooted like the Jewish soul in the very essence of Hashem.
That's great, Bezalel.
I agree. Father, what do you think about that revelation?
Oh, Bezalel, I have a grievance to file.
Oh, sure you do.
1 second. I'm on the wrong hand here. That's a whole different grievance. Well, Bezalel, I have a grievance to file. I am not happy with my job.
I'm impressed, Mike.
You know, there's first of all, there's no real advancement opportunities. And talk about lack of
It's a glass ceiling.
Yeah, talk about lack of self-actualization. Oh, I'm calling OSHA on the big boss, you know. You know, but Sally, I work and work and work nonstop, day and night, week in, week out. I work on holidays and weekends. And then it turns out that all the Jews are anyway full of mitzvahs like a pomegranate, and they're all going to Olam Haba anyway. What am I doing this for? It's like spinning a wheel that connects to nothing.
Well, but the boss hired you to do it, so there must be something in it.
There must be something in there. But I gotta tell
maybe you get an award also, Marvin, for your hard work.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
You ever think of that?
Maybe. You know, like, I don't get no respect. Yeah, see, that's play the blues for me right there. That's what I'm, you know. Oh, Abishter, stop playing games with my heart. Oh, Abishter, I'm falling apart. Okay, Leib, I'm leaving.
Right.
Thank you, Marvin. We'll try to help you out.
We'll think about it.
We'll
Maybe
try
we
to
can
help you out. It's solid, you know, a good psychiatrist.
Yeah, Lee.
Oh, Lee, he should go see you.
You know, Marvin's conflicted, Lee. Maybe you could help.
Well, you know,
Marvin.
because really Marvin just wants to be a good boy.
Marvin, just get in line. Conflicted.
I think Marvin just wants to be a good boy, but he has a tough job to do.
Yeah, he does. He runs the Avister's largest dry cleaning operation.
He works for the
You
king.
can imagine. It's tough behind those machines all the time.
What we got?
This spreading. Spreading the wellspring.
Ah, we start with ay 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 ay.
Don't.
Hey ya 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 ya. Ay, ay, Hey, Ay, 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 hey, Mosai, go, say, man, please shake your foot, so I'm gonna say, foot, so. Ay, yeah, 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 hey, Mosai, go, say, man, please shake your foot, so I'm gonna say, foot, so. Mosai, 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 go, say, man, please shake your foot, so. Mosai, 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 go, say, man. Hey,
Way to go, me.
yeah, that's a way to do a nickname right there. Well, what do you
Well,
say?
Do you have a?
Oh, I have an appeal. Dear brothers and all sisters, I want to tell you about a special thing. Actually, Betzalel already told you about it. It's the voil to come, the days of Mashiach. It's coming now. And let me tell you how we can take advantage of this. Do one more mitzvah. For Jewish men, put on tefillin, and Jewish women light the Shabbos candles. These things only take a few minutes, and they bring down an immeasurable amount of light to the voil. And the people who are even not Jewish, there's mitzvahs for you. You can go to asknoah.org and find out about the mitzvahs for you, the 7 laws, to believe in Hashem, and all these mitzvahs. And you can do them too. Everybody, do another mitzvah, and then let us all bask in Hashem's essence and Him in our essence. L'chaim.
And now we're going to sign off. You ready?
Yeah, where's the G?
Gezintahait.